All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. We are busy this morning here on the Fox 11 show. We are joined by two Golden Globe producers, and you have a Sins of Our Father, which is premiering at the International Film Festival in Santa Barbara. Before we get to you two, we're going to watch the clip real quick. Take a look.
The spy's duty is to tell nothing.
Bet you're proud of your grandpa.
He's got the VC.
I know he has.
Saving people in the minefield.
Dad gave me a copy of his book. I pretended I hadn't time to read it. Since his silence, I've done little else. And the more I read it, the more elusive and remote he becomes.
I don't you see his files?
All right, look at that. Ooh, dramatic. I like that.
It's very dramatic.
Okay, we have Anne O'Shea and Brian Quattrini joining us this morning. Tell us a little bit about this movie. How far back does this go? Where you guys started working on this film?
Well, actually, the whole thing started back in 1991 with a film called Shuttlecock, based on the book by Graham Swift. Andrew Piddington, the director, and the producer, Graham Leader, brought it to the screen. It starred Alan Bates, it starred Lambert Wilson, John Cassidy, Jill Mager, and it had a little brief film life, but then it kind of went away, and all of them kind of felt that it could have been more. There could have been more development in the story. Alan Bates was after them to kind of come back and maybe finish it up a little bit, and so that was in the works for a while, and then sadly Alan passed away. Suddenly, all of the rights sort of vested from the French interests, and Jonathan Gray, who was one of the big catalysts in getting this back together, put a team together, including us, asked us if we'd like to be involved with doing it. We put the original cast back together. So, you know, boyhood, you know, you're seeing this 24 years later, not 12, we'd like to say that. Point that out.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
And it's like, it's really wonderful because you would see these actors come together and they fall into these roles like it was just yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
And it was amazing. A wonderful reunion, wonderful experience for shooting it. It was just fabulous.
Sure. Yeah, 24 years. That's an amazing amount of time in between. You were able to get everybody back on board?
The only person we could not get back on board was the son, Martin.
Okay.
That we couldn't find him. So David Oakley, who you may have seen in the Borgias and White Orchid, I believe he was in, he's fabulous, and he just fell right into the whole group, and we embraced him, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Wow. And the film is going to be premiering today at the Metro in Santa Barbara, is that correct?
Actually, the final screening is
final
today
screening.
7:20 at the Metro. Yeah.
Okay, so what's it like to finally get this project? You've been working on it for, you know, what, almost 2 decades, I guess. Finally get it out there and share it with the public.
Well, it's actually, we came on board to Andrew Piddington, the director. It was really a project that he really wanted to get out there. So it had been sitting for that long, but we were only approached about 2 years ago. To actually come on board and actually finish the project and bookend it. But it was a truly interesting process. You know, we've done many films before, but this is kind of unprecedented. So yeah, we're really excited to be part of the project and very honored. Yeah,
I'm sure they shared all their stories with you about all the years before leading up to those.
And you know what was one of the most fascinating things, and I think he agrees with this, at the Liberal Club, which they reshot the scenes that had taken place all those many years ago. There was this group of older gentlemen who had been in the original film, and they were all sitting around talking about that experience and about Alan Bates and how they remembered him, and it was just so glorious, you know, just listening to them, listening to their stories, and it was just really kind of very touching for us to watch all of these people reunited to complete something that meant so much to him.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what I love about filmmaking is there's a true heart behind many of these stories, many of these movies that are being made. Speaking of the Santa Barbara Film Festival, you know, you all have been your Golden Globe winners, you know, you've gone along, but what does the Santa Barbara International Film Festival mean to you two? Coming, you know, an hour and a half away from Hollywood or whatever, you know, what's it like to come here?
Oh, I would live here in a heartbeat. This is beautiful. I
was
mean, I don't know how
beautiful,
anybody
yeah.
ever leaves this place. It's got the ocean, it's got the mountains. Our little legs will testify to your mountains because it just beckons you. It's beautiful. The people are so nice. It's a beautifully curated festival.
Yeah.
And all of the venues are so nice. It's lovely. I want to come back.
Yeah.
I'll be happy
We'll
to have a
invent a
film
reason
here
to come back.
anytime. Anytime.
Exactly.
We'll make films just to come here.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the festival has just grown throughout the years. Now it's attracting huge stars as well. I mean, those red carpets are so
huge.
Yeah, huge. It's crazy.
Compete with the best of them, for sure. We
Yeah.
just came from Sundance, and I'll tell you what, this was a nice respite from Sundance. As much as we love it to come here, and we've just been welcome. Welcome has been great.
Awesome. And the last seconds that we have here, quick look at what you might be working on in the future.
Actually, we have a film that's coming out March 20th called The Hunting Ground.
Oh.
It's a documentary that exposes the horrible things about rape and sexual assault on campuses.
Wow.
And
Hot
it's going
topic.
to shake up a lot of people.
Awesome.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. There we go.
you
Awesome.
very
Thank you, Brian, and so much for joining us
Thank
this
you.
morning. The final screening at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival is tonight at the Metro Theater, Sins of Our Father.
Yes.
Check it out. All right. Thank you all for joining us here on Fox 11. We will see you tomorrow, 7 a.m.